Hi, my name is Kim, and thank you so much for visiting my channel. I have followed Weight Watchers as part of my journey to lose 100 pounds and keep it off, and I am currently on the WW Green Plan. But if you have been paying attention to social media, that plan just might switch in a couple months. Now, in today's video, I'm going to share with you what you actually need to know heading into November and what you need to know about the new WW plans. If you are interested in Weight Watchers, healthy eating, fitness, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn on your notifications. I want to be very clear. I don't work for Weight Watchers. I have no real affiliation for Weight Watchers except that I pay them a fee every month. I wouldn't consider myself an insider. I don't have any connections to corporate, to HQ. I don't even go to the weekly meetings. I just use the app. But I have been around with WW for over 10 years and I have seen plans change. So I wanted to talk a little bit about plans changing and what we need to know. Now, the first thing that you need to know before you get all stressed up and worked out is that there's no point in worrying about something until it happens. So my grandma, who was always right, said, you can only control the things you can control. So we're not going to be able to control what Weight Watchers does until November, but we can control this anxiety that we have going into it. So take a deep breath, relax, maybe eat a grape. Can I get my grapes? And let's talk about the WW plans. Mark just made a comment that I mentioned stressed up instead of stressed out, and you can get stressed however you want. Don't let Mark decide that for you. So the first thing that you need to know, besides not to get stressed out before you see the plan, is that most of these changes are in the marketing. Weight Watchers needs new people to maintain their business. And if they were only offering the same plans for the entire history of Weight Watchers, most people would try it, say, oh, it didn't work for me, and move on. With new plans, WW can make it sound new and sound exciting. And people who have maybe tried Weight Watchers had some success, but then chose not to follow the plan for whatever reason can say, hey, they've made some changes. Maybe this will be even better, even more exciting. And that's why they decide to do that. Now, if we just think about it, so many quote unquote diets are just rebranded. So keto is actually Atkins from the 90s. Macros is very similar to the Zone diet. And honestly, the WW Green Plan that I follow right now is not all that different than the WW Momentum Plan that I followed when I first started Weight Watchers. I didn't get free protein like you do on the WW Blue Plan, but I got free fruits and vegetables. And kind of the only differences I see is that I can get away with a lot less. So back then, they really factored in fiber. I think now they give you a little more bonus points, so to speak, or foods with higher protein or fewer points. And the purple plan now is so similar to the Simply Filling technique that was around in 2010, 2011. I had to think about that. And the only way I know when I started Weight Watchers is based on the birth of my first son, because I started about 2 years before I got pregnant with him, or before he was born. I don't know, math is hard. When we're talking marketing and Weight Watchers, we have to keep in mind that WW has really shifted toward marketing itself as a lifestyle change. It is not a diet. So the changes that they're going to make are going to be in line with that set of values. Now, just kind of a little aside, something that I've been trying to figure out how to put in a video, this little nugget of just amazingness. So I was at a meeting and I was chatting with a woman who had gastric surgery, gastric bypass in the 70s. It was one of the original procedures. And she has maintained her weight loss for 40 years. It's just amazing. She went into dietetics. She's got an amazing story. Anyway, we're not making this about Tracy. It's about me. JK. Anyway, she says that when people come up to her and say, I'm going to start a diet, she knows instantly that they are not going to be successful. Why? Because they are on a diet. A diet implies that like it is a short-term endeavor. Now, when we are joining Weight Watchers, we are hoping to make lifestyle changes. So we're making smarter food choices, we're moving our body more, we're drinking more water, we're prioritizing sleep. And those set of values are not going to change even if the name of the WW plans change. One of the benefits of joining a program like WW is that in a way, it's big business. I don't think we can deny that. But with big business comes big money, and they can put some of that money into research. So one of the things that should kind of ease your anxiety about any new plan is that I would hope that the changes they're making are evidence-based on the research that they're doing or research that is coming out from, the academic scientific community. They're always going to make changes in the best interest of people losing weight. Because, surprise, Weight Watchers actually want you to lose weight. It may not feel like it sometimes, but if people didn't lose weight following WW, then they wouldn't have a business. So they need people to be successful. So if all of the WW YouTubers out there follow WW and never saw results, we would switch to something else. So you should feel comforted that any changes they're making are going to be evidence-based and in the hopes that people are more successful. Now, it can be really scary to know that you've been having success on the WW Green Plan, the WW Blue Plan, the WW Purple Plan. But why are you having success? It's because you're following the plan. And so you should feel confident going into a switch that if you just follow the plan, that you will continue to lose weight. Now, I'm not saying that there's not going to be an adjustment period where you're going to kind of have to learn what works and how to work it. But you've been doing this for however long, and you can keep doing it as long as you stay motivated. And honestly, I think a change in plan can be really helpful to switch things up, quote unquote, trick your metabolism. It's like a ghost hiding behind a tree. It is Halloween time, right? I think so many of us can say a plan doesn't work, but when we really are honest with ourselves, it's probably because we're not following the true plan. So this gives you an opportunity to hit refresh. Another thing that you really need to think about as WW potentially makes a switch to the plan is that this is an opportunity for you to stay true. If you're nervous that they're just going to change the WW Green Plan completely, turn it on its head, you can still focus on those good habits. So no matter what these plans look like, which I'm honestly thinking they're not going to be so drastic, but I could be wrong. Again, I am not a WW insider, and I am not going to spend hours trolling internet forums to try to find some tea, because let's be honest, I'd rather have coffee. I'm so funny. You have built some good habits, because if you haven't, you would not be successful. So think about the things that you have already done and how you can move those into the new plan. So maybe you are walking your dog for 30 minutes every morning before heading into work. Or maybe you've done a really great job about increasing your vegetable and fruit intake. Or you actually drink that gallon-sized water bottle that is now sitting on my floor by the vacuum. Your dedication, hard work, and commitment to building healthy habits, just following the framework that WW has given you, is why you're successful. It's why we're able to continue making the good choices day after day. So I really encourage you to see this either as a time to reflect on all that you've done or to hit refresh if you've needed something like just a kick in the pants. Because honestly, sometimes we've all changed from WW Green to WW Blue. I still haven't changed to WW Purple for a week the way I wanted. But it's those things that help us, not the name of the plan, not whether you can eat chicken for 0 points or if they're going to charge you for a banana, because you're going to learn how to use the plan just like you learned in the beginning. At one point in time, we were all beginners at WW, and we've all been able to find success or at least make some progress toward our health goals. So I really encourage you to skip all that looking on the internet, stressing out or stressing up, and just to be excited to see what WW has in store for you so that you can be even more successful. So thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Like, subscribe, whatevs to the channel. Turn on your notifications. And until next time, do something you love.